Welcome student. In this class I will discuss about the type of volcano, world distribution of volcano or major volcanic zone of the world, and the landform associated which are associated with the volcanic activity. Okay, you see, as far as the question of type of volcanic eruption is concerned, according to mechanism, there are two type of volcanic eruption. Okay, as per mechanism, there are two type of, according to mechanism, there are two type of volcanic activity. One is, first is explosive type or central eruption type. And second is quiet type or fissure type. Getting well now? Here, according to mechanism, there are two type of volcanic eruption. One is explosive type of volcanic eruption. Explosive type of volcanic eruption is also referred to as central eruption type. Okay, because in this case, in this type of volcanic eruption, the vent that is volcano is highly centralized. That's why it is referred to as central type of central eruption type. Okay. On the other hand, second type of volcanic activity is the fissure type or quiet type. Okay, fissure type or quiet type. In this particularly, you see the vent is elongated, okay, in the form of fissure, which is stretched to a certain length. Getting well now? So as far as the question of explosive type of volcanic eruption is concerned, normally it is said that actually plate tectonic theory satisfactorily explain the difference between, on the basis of plate tectonic theory, you can explain the origin and development or mechanism of active explosive type as well as fissure type. According to plate tectonic theory, as per plate tectonic theory, according to relative movement of the plate, there are three type of plate. One is convergent. If two plates move towards each other, it is referred to as convergent plate. Okay. Second is, this is convergent, right? Convergent plate. If two plates move opposite to each other, it is referred to as divergent plate. This is divergent plate. Okay. But if there occurred no direct convergence or divergence, the two plates move lateral to each other, either in the same direction or in opposite direction, it is referred to as conservative plate. Right? We have three type of plate, A, B and C. Getting well now? Right? A is referred to as convergent plate, B is referred to as divergent plate, and C type of plate is referred to as conservative plate. Convergent plate is also referred to as destructive plate, whereas divergent plate is referred to as constructive plate. Okay? So when convergence of the two plate occur, right, there occur the convergence of the two plate. Okay? In this case, you see one plate subduct in downward direction and another plate override it. Okay? So whenever convergence of the two plate occur, one plate subduct in downward direction and another plate override it. When this plate enter in the Benioff zone existing between 300 to 700 kilometer, you know that this zone is referred to as Benioff zone. Okay. So actually Benioff was the famous geomorphologist who said that temperature of this zone is so high that it causes the melting of the rock. Now, so when the subducting plate, the area where the plate subduct is referred to as subduction zone. So where subduction occur, and the subduction zone is at the depth of 300 to 700 kilometer, melting of the rock occur. right? As a result of melting, you know that volume as well as surface area of magma increases, which in turn increase the energy condition of this area, imparting instability to this system. Okay, so with an objective to stabilize itself, the magma or earth material will try to come outside the earth surface. Getting well now? Right? When it is capable to come outside, it depends on two factors. Either the volume of magma is enormously large or the thickness of the plate is low. Okay? If in both the condition is fulfilled, then magma can come outside. You see, for magma there is no path to come outside. The only way for the magma to come outside is through conducting explosion of this part, right? That's why the magma causes explosion of this part and come outside the earth surface. It is clear now? That's why this type of volcanic eruption is referred to as explosive type. Getting well now? It is obvious that explosive type of volcanic eruption are associated with convergent plate margin. It is clear now? And since the vent is highly centralized, that's why it is also referred to as central eruption type. Getting well? Right? If you see, there is a major limitation of plate tectonic theory, that plate tectonic theory is capable to explain the tectonic phenomena like earthquake, like volcanic eruption or mountain building, only when these phenomena are associated with the marginal part of the plate, that is edge of the plate. Getting well now? So if you see, if explosive type of volcanic eruption are associated with the marginal part of the plate, then it is better to explain it on the basis of convergence of the plate, right? It is clear now? But if it is located in the interior part of the plate, suppose this is plate and explosive type of volcanic eruption occur particularly here in this zone, okay? So this is located in the central part of the plate, this is marginal part, this is marginal part, but it is interior part of the plate, just it is located here, the interior part of the plate. In this case, you cannot apply plate tectonic theory, okay? So in this case, the explosive type of volcanic eruption is explained on the basis of descending column of thermal convective current. That is clear, right? Descending column of thermal convective current causes the explosive type of volcanic eruption in the interior part of the plate. Okay, getting well now? So how explosive type of volcanic eruption occur, it is clear now? It is mostly along with the convergent plate margin. If located in the interior part, you can explain on the basis of the downward descending column of thermal conductive current as per Arthur Holmes' convectional thermal convective current theory. Getting well now? Now see, important example are, this is the zone of convergence of African plate. This is African plate, and this is particularly, you see, Indian Australian, this is Indian Australian plate is located here. Na? So these are the convergent plate, its movement is of this type and the movement of this type, na? Right? So actually, since the movement of African plate was more, that's why it's subducted in downward direction, a magma formed, and the magma came out in the form of explosive volcanic eruption, explosive type volcanic eruption in the Mediterranean zone in the form of Etna, Vesuvius, right, and Stromboli. It is clear, na? So Etna, Vesuvius and Stromboli, right, are the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption. It is clear, na? And they are because of the convergence of African plate and Eurasian plate. Getting well, na? Similarly, you see, this is Pacific plate, and along this is Pacific plate, na? So actually from east it is convergent with the American plate, and from the west it is convergent with the Eurasian plate, na? It is clear, na? So these are convergent plate margin. Getting well, na? Right? Japan is located here, it is clear, na? And this is Eurasian area. Getting well, na? So actually you see, the marginal part of Pacific plate is the example of convergent plate because from the east there is a convergence of American plate, and from the west there is a convergence of Eurasian plate. Consequently, several explosive type of volcanic eruptions are found here, like in Indonesia, start from this point, right? Krakatoa in Indonesia, Mayon in Philippines, right? Fujiyama and Sakurajima in Japan, right? Again, you see, this is Kamchatka Peninsula. So volcano associated with the Kamchatka Peninsula, will be the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption. Again, in this side, you see in Alaska fumarole type of phenomena, and also in North America, Mount Shasta, Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, okay, are the explosive type of volcanic eruption which are due to the convergence of American plate and Pacific plate. Again, you see in Central America, there is a Mount Jorallo and Mount Izalco in Mexico. It is also due to the convergence of the two plates. Okay. When you further shift in southward direction, you will find that Cotopaxi and Ecuador both are located in Cotopaxi and Chimborazo, located in Ecuador in South America, right, is due to the convergence of American plate and Pacific plate. Is clear na? So it means Etna, Stromboli, Vesuvius, right, है ना, Mayon volcano, right, again Krakatoa volcano, Fusiyama, Sakurajima, right, again Mount Rainier, Mount Shasta, Mount Hood, right, Ecuador, Cotopaxi. These are the volcano which are the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption. Getting well now? Right? This continuous belt is referred to as circum-Pacific belt or fire girdle of Pacific or ring of fire. It is clear now? Right? So actually, but what is explosive type of volcanic eruption? It is clear now? Again, see, the second type of volcanic eruption is the, on the basis of mechanism, is the quiet type or fissure type. Getting well? So quiet type or fissure type of volcanic eruption remain associated with the divergent plate if they are located along the divergent plate margin. It is clear now? Right? You see, if the two plates are very close to each other, right, and a rock is held here, then the weight of both the rock will act in downward direction, right, and hence this rock will remain in the solid state, right, because the state is the product of temperature as well as pressure. It is clear, but when divergence of the plate will occur, right, it will cause reduction in the pressure of in the interior part. You know that according to the law of physics, lowering of melting point with lowering of pressure. So that's why due to divergence a fissure is created here, and at the same time due to release of pressure on this rock melt to form magma. Magma chamber is produced now. Again the volume and surface area of magma is more. It imparts an stability, right, with an intention to attain stability, try to come outside the Earth's surface. You see, in case of convergent plate margin, there was no path for the magma to come outside. That's why the magma had to conduct explosion of the crust and come out of the Earth's surface, and hence it is referred to as explosive type. But you see here, magma is formed here, and due to divergence of the plate, already there is a fissure path for the magma to come outside. So that's why the magma slowly come outside, okay, along the fissure. That's why it is referred to as quiet type or fissure type of volcanic eruption. That is clear now? What is quiet type or fissure type of volcanic eruption? It is clear now? You see, African plate and American plate are the example of divergent plate. Okay, when you will see the Atlantic Ocean, the eastern part of Atlantic Ocean is located on African plate, and western part of Atlantic Ocean is located on American plate, and they are the example of divergence. When divergence occur, right, continuous volcanic eruption is occur now. Consequently, the lava solidified to form mid-Atlantic ridge, okay, and so if some part of the ridge is exposed above water, it will appear as island. As for example, Iceland is the example now. So in Iceland, you see, right, Hekla and Helgafell volcano is very important volcano of Iceland. So they are the example of quiet type or fissure type. It is clear now, right? So quiet type or fissure type of volcanic eruption are associated with the divergence of the plate now. But actually, you see, again I am repeating that the convergence and divergent, if it will be located along the marginal part of the plate. But if their fissure type are located in the interior part, right, interior part of the plate, right, then you can explain it on the basis of ascending column of thermal convective current as propounded by Arthur Holmes convective current theory. It is clear now? If they are located in the interior part, then you can explain it on the basis of ascending column of thermal convective current, because this will divert in this area, causing a fracture here, and along this fracture the magma will start coming outside. It is clear, na? Right? So actually best example of this type is you see Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea in Hawaiian Island, right? Is located in the central part of Pacific Ocean. Na? So actually to explain Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea, you can apply it, you can explain on the basis of ascending column of thermal convective current. Na? But to explain Hekla and Helgafell of Iceland, you can explain on the basis of plate tectonic theory, that is divergence of the plate. It is clear, na? Right? You see again, during Cretaceous period, fissure type of volcanic eruption started in India, and due to this, around 5 lakh square kilometers of the peninsular part of India was covered with the lava. This lava covered zone is referred to Deccan lava plateau or Deccan lava trap. It is clear, na? Trap because you see the ejection for once covered the area, then again it was covered, then again it was covered. Na? In the marginal part there is a step-like feature. Na? That's why it is referred to as trap. Trap is the Swedish term whose meaning is the step-like feature. Okay, so since a step-like feature is found in the marginal part of Deccan lava plateau, that's why it is referred to Deccan lava trap also. Getting well now, right? It is the black soil region of India. So actually, according to mechanism, we have two type of volcano. One is explosive type or central eruption type, and second is quiet type or fissure type. Getting well now, right? Again, the second criteria for classification of volcano is time period. According to period of ejection, you see, according to period of ejection, there are three type of volcano. One is active type, active volcano. Second is dormant volcano. And third one is dead volcano. It is clear, na? According to mechanism, there are two types, explosive type or quiet type. But according to the period of ejection, there are three types of volcanic eruption. One is active type of volcanic eruption. Second is dormant type of volcanic eruption. And third one is dead type of volcanic eruption. You see, if eruption occur almost continuously, what I am saying is almost. There is no any example in which continuous eruption ejection occur. It is clear, na? But almost continuous with particularly very short time interval, right? Very short time interval, right? Then it is referred to as active type. Get it well, right? Which volcano is referred to as active type? It is clear, na? In which the ejection is almost continuous. Okay, it is wrong to write it is continuous. Almost continuous is proper term. Okay, so if eruption occur almost continuous, then the type of volcano is referred to as active type of volcanic eruption, and its best example is Stromboli, right? Stromboli in Mediterranean Sea zone. So you see, actually when eruption occurred in Stromboli, the temperature of the lava range between 400 to 1200 degrees Celsius. So since the temperature is very high, it glow, spreading the light in the adjoining area, na? Right? Light. That's why Stromboli is referred to as lighthouse of Europe or lighthouse of Mediterranean. It is clear, na? It must be noted that fire never come outside, right? During volcanic eruption, it is simply the high temperature which causes the glowing of the lava. That's why light spread. So it is clear, na? It is not the fire in fact. Okay, so actually it is clear, na? What I am saying, what you have to, it is clear that the type of volcano in which eruption occur almost continuous is referred to as active type of volcano. Getting well, na? But the type of volcanic eruption in which eruption occur after a long time interval, it is clear, na? Long time, say particularly 50 years, right? 60 years, 70 years, it is clear, na? Right? So it means it will exhibit certain sign of ejection, na? The adjoining area may record the change in the temperature, it is clear, na? So if ejection occur after a long time interval, then it is referred to as dormant type. right? Vesuvius is the example of dormant type because it erupted, है ना, है ना, it ejected even after almost 58 years, okay, right? So it is a long time interval ना. So Vesuvius is considered as the best example of dormant type of volcano, right? And Stromboli is the best example of active type. Get me now? Now third type of volcano is dead. The volcano, right, which not erupted for a long period, and there is no further sign of eruption. No temperature change is registered in the adjoining area, na, is referred to as dead type of volcano. Okay, representative example is Mount Popa in Myanmar, Koh Sultan and Demban in Gulf region, right? Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa. They are the example of that type of volcanic eruption. It is clear, na? Right? You see, in prelims, the question there will be two statements like that. Stromboli is the example of which of the two statement is true. So Stromboli is the example of active type of volcano, and second statement is Stromboli is the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption. First statement is Stromboli is the example of active type of volcano, and the second is it is the example of active type of volcano. So you see, according to mechanism, Stromboli is the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption, but according to period of ejection, it is the example of active type of volcanic eruption. Getting me? Similarly, you see, as far as the question of Vesuvius is concerned, so according to mechanism, right, Vesuvius is the example of explosive type, but according to the period of ejection, it is the example of dormant type. It is clear now? So that's why while answering the question in prelims, you should take these aspects in your mind. Getting well now? So what is, you came to know about the type of volcanic eruption now? Now see, the third important aspect is the major volcanic zone of the world, right? Major volcanic zone. So there are four volcanic zones on the Earth's surface. One is, first is Circum-Pacific Belt, Circum-Pacific Belt or zone, or Ring of Fire, or Fire Girdle of Pacific. Getting well now? Right? This is first belt. Second is Mediterranean zone or Alpine zone or intercontinental zone. Intercontinental zone. Getting well now? Third one is Mid-Atlantic belt. Third one is Mid-Atlantic belt. It is clear? Mid-Atlantic belt. Getting well now? Right? And fourth is intracontinental volcano. Getting well now? So there are particularly four categories, four zone, four belt now. One is Circum-Pacific belt or Fire Girdle of Pacific or Ring of Fire. Second is Alpine zone or Mediterranean zone or intercontinental zone. Third one is Mid-Atlantic zone, and fourth one is intercontinental zone. Okay, you see, Pacific belt is due to the convergence of Pacific plate on one hand with American plate from the east and Eurasian plate from the west. It is clear now? And Japanese plate and Philippines plate are also minor plate which are located along the margin. So that's why in semicircular zone there exists continuous volcanic eruption, right? Like Krakatoa in Indonesia, Mayon in Philippines, Fusiyama and Sakurajima in Japan, right? Volcanic eruption in Kamchatka Peninsula. Again, Mount Shasta, Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, and several fumarole located along the valley of Alaska, Katmai Valley of Alaska. That is clear, na? Again, you see in Central America, Mount Jorallo, Mount Jalco, and Mount Cotopaxi in Chimborazo in Ecuador, that is in South America, constitute the part of the Circum-Pacific Belt or Ring of Fire or Fire Middle of Pacific. It is clear, na? Right? But it means the volcano which will be associated in this zone with this zone will be the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption, as it is due to the convergence of the plate. Getting well? Again, you see, second belt is a Mediterranean zone, Alpine zone, or intercontinental belt. Na? So this belt is located at the convergence plate margin of African plate and Eurasian plate. This is Eurasian plate, na? Getting well, na? Eurasian plate. Okay. So these are the convergent plate, na? So that's why here several volcanic activity like Etna, Stromboli, Vesuvius are found, na? Right? Etna, Stromboli, Vesuvius, Vulcanian is also a important volcano in this area. It is obvious that whatever volcano which is found here will be the example of explosive type, as it is associated with convergent plate margin. You getting well, na? Right? So all the volcanic eruptions which are associated with Circum-Pacific Belt or Mid-Atlantic Belt or Mediterranean Belt are the example of explosive type of volcanic eruption. Getting well, na? The third belt is Mid-Atlantic. So Mid-Atlantic is located in the central part of Atlantic Ocean, because you see this is the position, this is American plate, okay, this is American plate and this is African plate. You see African plate. Getting well, na? And this is the position of Atlantic Ocean, okay. So this is the zone, है ना? It is moving in this direction and this is moving in this direction, okay. But this part of Atlantic Ocean is located on African plate and this part is located on American plate, na? They are the example of divergent plate. So certainly along the divergence plate margin, a fracture develop, a fissure develop, and along the fissure the magma will come outside. Whatever magma which came outside first solidified to form the new oceanic crust. Then after Mid-Atlantic ridge is formed, and the part of the Mid-Atlantic ridge which is located above water is referred to as Iceland, like Iceland, and Hekla and Helgafell is located on this, okay. It means the volcanic eruption associated with zone will be the example of quoit type or fissure type. Getting well, na? And you see Mid-Atlantic intracontinental belt, right, is not found in the form of continuous belt, in the spreaded form. As for example, you see, right, the earth volcanic eruption which occurred in Andaman and Nicobar Island, right, is the example of this. Again, you see Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa, right, in Hawaiian Island, right. So they remain in the, again particularly you see in Africa, very active volcano is located here, and it is active. I am not recalling right now, but I will say it after some time, okay. So this is active volcano of Africa. It is clear, na? So these are the example, or several volcano are even associated with the Rift Valley of Africa. It is clear, na? So actually these are the example of intracontinental belt. Getting well, na? So and hence we have four major volcanic zone on the Earth's surface or belt on the Earth's surface. Getting well, na? Right? Now see, it is clear. You see the time. Another important topic here is landform associated with the volcanic eruption. Okay, landform associated with the volcanic eruption. Getting well, na? You see, some landform are produced in the interior part of the earth, and it is certain that it is due to the solidification of magma. And actually, the landform which are found on the earth's surface is due to the solidification of lava, right? So the landform which is found produced in the interior part of the earth, is referred to as an intrusive landform. Intrusive, ENTRUSIV, intrusive landform. Okay, and the landform which are found in the upper part is referred to as extrusive landform. So it is due to the solidification of magma, and it is primarily because of the solidification of lava. That is clear, na? So we have two type of landform. One is extrusive, second is intrusive. That is clear, na? Actually, intrusive landform will be produced when magma is produced, but it is not capable to come outside due to any reason, whether its volume is less, whether the thickness of the rock is more. Okay, so you see, there are several type of intrusive landform, and it is better to understand on the basis of pictographic representation, right? Better for prelims point of view also. Okay, suppose here magma is produced and it particularly resolidify to form a tabular landform. So this is first important landform known as batholith. It is clear, na? Batholith is the largest tabular landform produced due to the solidification of magma in the interior part of the earth. Okay. Second, if magma try to uplift but is not capable to uplift, and hence it solidify, forming particularly dome-shaped feature. Okay. So this is referred to as laccolith. LACOLITH, laccolith. This is second landform. This was first batholith. It is batholith, and this was laccolith. Okay. If magma tried to uplift, could not come outside but solidify, forming this type of feature, right? In this feature, this is convex upper surface. It is clear, na? So if the landform is having convex upper surface or dome shaped feature, is referred to as laccolith. But if it has concave shape, then it is referred to as lopolith. Laccolith and lopolith. Getting well now? Again you see, if magma solidify, parallel to the earth, but its thickness is more, this is third and this is fourth, na? So it is referred to as sill. Okay, but if it is parallel to the earth but of low thickness, so it is referred to as slate. SLAT. What is the basic difference between sill and slate? It is clear, na? Sill is of more thickness, slate is of less thickness. It is clear. Again you see, if lava try to come and solidify in the interior part of the earth, forming wave-shaped feature, so this is referred to as falcolith. FALCOLITH, falcolith. Getting well, na? Falcolith. When the wave-shaped feature is referred to as falcolith, it is clear, na? And if it is vertical and solidify here, okay, so this is referred to as volcanic dike or volcanic plug, PLUG. It is clear, na? Okay, but if it will remain in inclined state and solidify, it is referred to as boss. Okay, for 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 type of particularly intrusive landform are found in different part of the earth surface. It is clear, na? Right? You see, the tabular landform produced, the most extensive tabular landform is referred to as batholith. Okay, the dome-shaped feature having convex upper surface is referred to as laccolith. Right? If the upper surface will concave type of feature, then it is referred to as lopolith. If parallel to the earth surface having more thickness, it is referred to as sill. If having less thickness, it is referred to as slate. If it solidify forming wave-shaped feature, it is referred to as falcolith. If it appears vertical on the inside the earth surface, so it is referred to as dike or volcanic plug. And if it remain inclined, then it is referred to as boss. Ekdam clear hua na? So these are the example of intrusive landform. Okay. Some landform are found on the upper surface, which is referred to extrusive landform. Suppose a small amount of volcanic dust particle come, then this type of particularly cone will be formed. This is first, okay. This is referred to cinder cone, ash cone or end cone, okay. Cinder cone, cinder cone, end cone or ash cone. It is clear, na? Or cinder lava cone you can say, right? If lava is acidic, then it will solidify to form, to give such type of feature whose upper surface is convex. So it is referred to as acid lava cone. Acid lava cone, okay. But if it is basic and spread forming this type of cone, so this is referred to as basic lava cone. Basic lava cone. You see, the upper part surface of the acidic lava cone will be convex, but upper surface of basic lava cone is concave. It is clear, na? This is the basic difference between acid lava cone and basic lava cone. Getting well, na? Next particularly example is, you see, right, composite cone. If you see initially more amount magma will come, then pyroclastic material will be ejected on large amount, right? Again, then magma will come on the earth surface. Then again pyroclastic material come outside, na? Pyroclastic material come outside, getting well, okay. So this type of cone is referred to as composite lava cone. Composite lava cone. You see, batholith is largest among intrusive landform, but composite lava cone is the largest among extrusive landform. It is clear, na? Right? And if the lava is acidic, then what happens, you see, right? If acidic, then this type of dome shaped feature will be created. This is acid lava cone, na? If this crater will be fully filled with the solid, particularly igneous rock, then again this type of particularly cone will be produced over the main cone, na? So this type of feature is referred to as parasitic cone. It is clear, na? Parasitic cone are produced mainly in case of the acidic lava. Getting well, na? So we have first, second, third, fourth, five type of extrusive landform. It is clear, na? First is cinder cone, ash cone or end cone. Second is acidic lava cone. Third is basic lava cone. Difference between acidic and basic is, in acidic lava cone the upper surface is convex, whereas in basic lava cone the upper surface is concave. Getting well, na? If there occur alternate deposition of the lava and the pyroclastic material, then it forms the composite lava cone. Composite lava cone is largest of all type of extrusive landform, okay. And if it is acidic in character, then parasitic cone is produced. Parasitic cone is located in America, okay. From this we have derived the name. Getting well, na? So actually this topic, that is volcanicity, I have covered in two parts, okay. In first part we discussed about the concept of volcanicity, and in second part we discussed about the type of volcanic eruption, okay, or volcano, major volcanic zone of the world, and the landform associated by the volcanic eruption. Best of luck. Okay.